Hello there, and thanks for joining me at my tying bench again. In today's tutorial I'm going to tie up a small little bug called trout crack. This is just my version of it. There's lots of different videos of how it's tied up there, but this is the way I tie this little guy. It's a very buggy little fly, and it's an effective pattern. It can imitate a lot of different crustaceans and bugs under the water, little small scuds and insects like that and whatnot. So I thought you might like to see how I tie this little guy up. So I'll get this one out of the vise, a fresh hook in, and I'll get going here. Now the hook I'm using is a 3906B in a size 12, and this is the largest size I would tie it on, so of course I'm tying this size to make it easier for you guys to see. So I tie it from a 12 down to about an 18. So we'll start the thread here, and I'm using UTC 70 in a tan color. So getting ahead of myself. I weight this guy with some small 0.15 lead wire. So I'm going to probably wrap close to 20 wraps on here. Cover most of the shank. Get it on the shank here. Just turn that, spin it around. Bring that up a little. Now I'm going to wrap back the other way. Alrighty, wiggle that off. And that's about where I want it placed, right there. Okay, so we'll start the thread right in front of the lead here. A few wraps, and I'll jump on top. And I'll work my way back. Back up again, and back down. Just like so. And I'll snip off the tag end. Okay. The first thing I'm going to tie in is the rib, and the rib on this guy I'm using some 6X tippet material. I just dropped it there, just bear with me till I find it again. There we go. So I'm going to tie that in on the far side here, catch that in just like so, tie it in with a good snug tight wraps. Okay. Okie dokie. Alrighty. Just want to make sure I got that bound down really well. Okay. Alright. Now next is the topping on this fly, or the shellback, as you might want to call it. And I'm using some mottled color thin skin material here. And I cut a thin strip, cut it to a little point there to help tie it in. Makes it a little easier. So I'll tie that right on top and work it back. Okay, nice snug wrap, secure it in well. Just check my positioning here. Actually got to come back just a little bit more on that. Just a tad bit. Alrighty, that should do it. That's fine right there. Okay. Alrighty, next is the body. And the body is, what I'm using for my version of the fly is some squirrel dubbing. And I have a little bit of UV flash blended in with it. And I'm going to use that for the body, and I'll put some wax on the thread here. Put a fair amount of wax on, because this squirrel dubbing is a little hard to dub. Okay. Okay, but one thing that's good about it is nice and buggy. That's one thing I like about squirrel dubbing. Okay. Okay, a nice noodle dubbed on here. Okay. Alrighty, now I'm going to come back, and I'm just going to make sure I got that back where I want it. Just going to check here, that looks fine. So now I'm going to dub forward. Just keep a nice even uniform body as you go. Alright, yeah, as you can see how nice and buggy that stuff is. It's good dubbing for that. Yeah. A little bit more here to finish it up. Alrighty. This should do it here, I believe. Alrighty. Dub that forward. Just want to keep that body even. Alrighty, we'll stop right there. Next, I'll take that shellback, this thin skin material, and fold it over the top. Come around with my thread and just keep that right centered on the top. Once I make a couple wraps, I'll check for positioning here and see where it's at. It's good on that side, looks good on that side, so then I'm going to wrap forward onto that. And then I'm going to fold it back, wrap back onto it, locking it down so it cannot go nowheres. Alrighty. Now I'll come in with my scissors at the points and give that a little pull and snip as I'm pulling on it there. There we go. Alrighty, a few more securing wraps. Okay. Now, we'll take our 6X tippet material here and just come up around. We'll start to rib this fly and just nice evenly spaced wraps as you go up. Just like so here. And I check it once in a while to make sure it's not moving on me. Looks okay. Okay, I'll get a couple more wraps on this guy. And I'll tie that off. Couple wraps there forward. Just like so, then I'll fold back on it. Locking that in place. Come in and snip that out. Okay, that's all there is to the trout crack fly. Just going to work this head here and fill it up a little bit more. Okay, not hard to tie whatsoever, but like I was saying, it's an effective fly. Nice buggy little pattern. Alright, all that's left to do is my whip finish. I'll throw 4 or 5 turns on that guy. If you get any crazy, real long guard hairs, you can pull those out, of course. And I got one more step here after the whip finish. Okay. Snug that down nice and tight, snip off the excess. Okay, and what I'm going to do is just bring my little dubbing brush in here and just go underneath and rough that up a little bit more than what it is. Just want a little more guard hairs coming down there. I even take my dubbing needle here and just pull some of those out, pick them out. Okay, and pull the longer ones out. There we go. Okay, it's pretty much a done deal now. I just got one more step that I like to do to this little guy, and it's just for added durability is what I do it for. And I'm going to take some UV bone dry and go over the top of that shellback there. Just a nice thin coat, not too thick. Just going to come right over the top. Okay. Just like so here. Alrighty. Gives that a little sheen to it. And I'm also going to put a little bit on the thread wraps here. Okay. Alrighty. That's fine. Okay, one last step is just to cure that resin and we're done. Just give that a quick cure there. And there we have it. Done deal. Like I was saying, as you can see, it's a very simple fly to tie, but if you can, I definitely I would definitely tie up some of these and add them to your box. It's a good little bug to have on hand. So I want to thank you so much for watching once again, and if you haven't subscribed yet and you'd like to see more videos, hit that good old subscribe button. Appreciate that a lot, and throw in a like too if you wish. And until next time, happy tying out there. Stay safe everyone, and I'll see you again soon. So long for now.